Hey guys, I'm back again. Day 8 of my weight loss journey. I had a weigh-in this morning and lost 4 pounds. So down to 265, which is still, very, very big for someone who's 6'2", just myself. So anyway, I'm out here today with the Nike Air Max SC. Here they are on feet. I don't think they make them anymore. I checked the Nike site today and it said discontinued. I still see several listings online for sale and stuff, but essentially the SCs were a scaled down Air Max, kind of a poor man's Air Max. You get a pretty bare bones shoe with an extremely similar design to the Air Max, built a little bit more lightweight, and which isn't a bad thing, and the air unit is a pretty sizable air unit. Now with that, whenever you step in them, there's not a massive amount of return or anything from the heel. It's not a bad ride. It's not an overly great ride. It's just Nike Air. Now whenever I was younger in the 80s, I believed, I fell for the hype. It's one of those things like water beds. In theory, water is this nice, soft thing, but should be wonderful. So why don't we sleep on it? And some people swear by their water beds, but I've slept in one and you're not missing too much. So with the Nike Air units, their massive campaign and the help of Air Jordan, it's it's been highly successful. However, it's one of those things that in theory sounds really great, but in application, it's not anything special. It's kind of, in my opinion, Nike Air is definitely an overhyped and definitely overcredited shoe technology. When you have it on feet, it's nothing special. The new modern foams are exponentially better than any air unit that they put in the shoe. And of course, you've got different variations of air technology, and I'll be wearing some of those in future walks and stuff. But as far as the technology itself, it's nothing special. Getting back to the shoe, it's not bad. The SC, again, scaled down version of the Air Max, and I think that that's a great thing. Whenever you can get these experience these shoe technologies for a cheaper price, I think that's fantastic. You may not have the Air Max the Air Max is successful for a reason. It's not just marketing hype. The shoe is a well-made shoe. It's a tank. It's just it's a really good product that's lasted now generations. And this shoe is just kind of think Air Max with slightly cheaper materials, lighter weight feel, but you still have the big air bubble. So stepping into these shoes, not amazingly comfortable, but definitely decent. And last night, my opinion might be slightly swayed because of the heel pain that I've got going on, the plantar fasciitis or whatever. And last night it was so bad that after I'd taken a break and I laid down on the couch, I tried to get up about 30 minutes later and I was limping, and it was pretty brutal. But then I woke up this morning and things were mostly fine. And usually whenever I put on a pair of shoes and I start walking, I can feel that pain being pretty substantial for about 10 minutes. Then it goes away and I'm good. With this shoe, surprisingly, I put it on and I didn't feel anything. So that's to its credit. Now, right now, I do feel it creeping back up on me, but it's still something that's kind of managing that pain a little bit. So good job on that. Something this plan has helped me do, which I've never been able to succeed at actually, is stop the late night cravings. For the last 3 nights, I have not snacked at all after dinner, and that doesn't mean I haven't had anything, but through the plan, using ChatGPT, it was giving reasons as to why that was happening, and it made a whole lot of sense. So then it just told me to replace the snack with a protein shake instead. Either that, or it recommended a cup of cottage cheese, and it said, or like 1 or 2 tablespoons of almond butter. And basically what you're doing is you're satiating the body with more protein and some levels of fat there without endless chasing of carbs and calories. Because truth be told, whenever it's the middle of the night, man, I can become just, in the past, I would be completely ravenous. I could eat a pack of ramen noodles, which is like 400 calories in and of itself, hardly any protein, if any at all, and extremely high sodium. And I would eat that, and 5 minutes later I want another one, and could totally put down 2 packs, and then a little bit of a break, and I would just keep eating, and I would just eat whatever was in sight, kind of thing. And had I realized what was going on and why that was happening, then I could have solved myself from a really big headache later. So just having that go-to, because you're going to have moments of weakness where you're like craving something really bad, and you go, wait, you can still get that feeling of indulging in something, but the difference has been that I've made sure that something is going to be more beneficial to my body rather than filling it with endless carbs. So made a big difference in all of the time that I've ever tried dieting. It wouldn't last but 2 or 3 days at most. I would constantly be searching food and craving food. And this is the first time that it almost feels like it's too much food. In fact, this morning I didn't know if I was going to have any weight loss at all, simply because I had felt like I had ate so much food, but it seems to have just been fueling my body with better nutrition, and it's allowed me to shed those 4 pounds, even though I know most, if not all, is probably water weight, but it's still a step in the right direction. I want to thank the Silly Goose 7 for checking out the channel, leaving a comment. He had mentioned that the Adidas Sambas are pretty narrow, and then said he had moved on to, I forgot what shoes he had moved on to, but they're a barefoot shoe. And if I think about a barefoot shoe right now, that even the thought just hurts. But maybe one day my feet will be conditioned enough and I can take some weight off these joints, be able to get out here one day in some of the barefoot shoes. One final check-in on the shoes. I've been out here for about 20 minutes now, and they feel good. They're not bad at all. They are a comfortable shoe. If you can find them on the used market in good shape or something, it's like getting an Air Max for a lot cheaper of a deal, and quality still feels good, even if they are a scaled down product. So I'd say they probably took them off the market, potentially because they were eating through the profit margins of the actual Air Maxes, because there's not that much of a difference between the two. But anyway,